Background of the company. The story starts in 1971 at the cobblestone streets of Seattle iconic Pike Place Market. It was there that Starbucks built its first shop. The story, Moby Dick, which recalls the maritime heritage of the early coffee traders, was the inspiration for the name. In 1981, Howard Schultz later served as the company's former chairman, president, and chief executive officer. Howard was drawn to Starbucks from the moment he sipped his first cup of Sumatra coffee. He wished to create a gathering place and a sense of community, a third space between work and home. In the following 2 decades, Starbucks expands to serve millions of consumers all over the world. Vision. Starbucks' vision statement is to establish Starbucks as the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world while maintaining our uncompromising principles while we grow. It explains the important accomplishment the company must do in order to rank and keep its position as a leading brand in this industry. The following components are related to the company's vision statement. First, premier purveyance. Second, finest coffee in the world. Third, uncompromising principles. And fourth, growth. Mission. Starbucks' mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. These are the principles of how Starbucks live every day. First, coffee. Second, partner. Third, customers. Fourth, stores. Fifth, neighborhood. And lastly, shareholders. Organizational culture and value. First, expect more than coffee. Starbucks aims to be a distinctive brand of business from the start. Starbucks not only celebrated coffee but also connection. Starbucks is a neighborhood hangout and a part of many customers' everyday routine. Starbucks refers to its staff as partners since everyone shares in the company's success. Starbucks makes sure that everything they do is done with humanity in mind, from their dedication to producing the best coffee in the world to the way they interact with their customers and the communities they serve. Secondly, a culture of inclusion. Starbucks is dedicated to preserving a culture where equity, inclusiveness, and diversity are respected and valued. Begins with the job application. The entire process is intended to be the start of an exciting adventure that is treated kindly. Starbucks actively recruits people with disabilities and offer reasonable accommodation and helpful technologies to help them do their jobs. Goals and objectives. Starbucks' mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit. One person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. The company wants to achieve this goal by creating a culture that values acceptance and encourages individual development. Furthermore, Starbucks aspires to be transparent and sincere in its dealing with suppliers, team members, and customers. This is represented in the company's objective, which is to increase performance without compromising a person's or an organization's humanity. Now we move on to the logo. This is Starbucks' evolution of logo from the first it launches in 1971 and it went through several modifications in 1987, 1992 and 2011, which is the current logo. Lastly, Board of Directors. This is Starbucks' Board of Directors, which consists of 5 important roles in the company.
SWOT analysis. S stands for strengths. The first strength of Starbucks is strong brand image. Starbucks is the most known and strongest brand in the food and beverage industry. Second, growth in stores. The number of stores increased globally year by year from 1,886 to 33,833 between 1998 to 2021. Third, strong financial performance. Starbucks' market resulted in the known spot among coffee and beverage shops in the world. For extensive internal supply chain, the sources of its coffee bean are from regions across the globe, which is from 30 countries, and the 3 major coffee producing regions are Latin America, Africa, and Asia Pacific. Fifth, strong loyalty program. Starbucks has a great reward program that keeps customers addicted to its coffee and come repeating to buy for it. 6. quality, taste, and standardization. Starbucks work as a premium coffee shop with products that are having very high quality, high taste, environmental friendly, and standardization of consistent between locations. 7. Good employee treatment. Starbucks is treating employees well, focusing on respect and well-being. 8. Acquisition. With smart corporate acquisition, Starbucks can strengthen its already solid company. 9. Diversification of products. Starbucks introduced branded merch and food item. The last one is increased starting wage for barista. Starbucks has increased the minimum starting wage for all baristas in 2021. W stand for weaknesses. The first weakness of Starbucks is high prices. The prices for Starbucks products such as a regular cup of coffee is far more costly than any other coffee outlet. Second, easy immiscibility of product. Starbucks does not own the most unique product in the market. Third, uncertain supply costs. When there are any increase of supply cost occurs to Starbucks in getting the raw coffee beans, the cost must also be transferred to the customers. Fourth, generalized standard for product. Starbucks follow the general standard in the preparation of drink to give a tasty additional flavor. Fifth, avoidance of European tax. Starbucks face several public relation issues, controversies, and criticism due to their issues. 6. Procurement practices. The unethical procurement practices in Starbucks being criticized by many social and environmental activists. 7. Recall of products. Starbucks has recalled a lot of its products that lead to negative effect of the brand image and loss of customers. 8. Worst holiday drink. There are more than 21% of coffee lovers actually hate Starbucks iced latte. 9. Food diversification and growth. There are less food options to buy at Starbucks and does not have many choices. The last one is unhealthy choices. Most of its drinks are dangerously unhealthy if consumed on a frequent basis because high in calories and sugars.
Alright, through using the SWOT analysis, we are able to identify the opportunity and threats that are exposed to the Starbucks companies. The first opportunity we are able to identify is expansion in developing market, business and diversification, partnership or alliance with other companies, adopt price differentiate, coffee delivery service, strengthen online channels, introducing new products, exploit the latest coffee trend, and coffee subscription and also the specialty drinks. Besides that, we will also be able to identify the threat that we are exposed towards Starbucks through the SWOT analysis, which are Starbucks put on the spot for the dietary racism is easily to be imitations, rising prices of raw coffee beans with coffee beans, change in customer behavior, coronavirus, independence, coffee house movement, competitions, big outlets, specific market and supply chain issues. Right. After we identified all the strengths, weaknesses, opportunity and threats by using the SWOT analysis, so based on the list that we have made through the SWOT analysis, we are using the IFE matrix. So the function of IFE matrix is internal factor evaluation matrix. So the use of IFE is to identify and evaluate the major strength and the weakness that we able to assess towards the company. And so according to the tables that we have provided here, as you can see that the most or the major strength that Starbucks have is a strong brand image because it stated on its score with the highest weight score. So the indicator here is the higher the weight score we able to obtain. That's the most major things that occur by the company. For example, is the strength. So the major strength for Starbucks is a strong brand image because it's called the highest weight score. While the highest, the weaknesses the major weakness that faced by Starbucks is, as you can see by the indicator, is generalized standard for products because it's called the highest weight score. In terms of the opportunity and threat, so opportunity and threat is something that occur externally or outside the business. So for the opportunity and threat, we are using the external factor evaluation matrix, or we call it as EFE matrix. So the function of EFE matrix is to evaluate what are the external opportunities that Starbucks could have, and the major, and we will be able to identify and evaluate the threat that Starbucks will be faced through the external factor. What does the external factor or threat that can make or affect the Starbucks companies? As you can see also, it's with the same indicator. The highest word score that I score for the opportunities is, as you can see here, is expansion in developing market. Because as we know that Starbucks is a rising company, so they have the urge to expand in developing their markets towards worldwide. So after we have using the IFE and EFE metrics, we need to use one other's metric which call it as CPM matrix. So what is the use of CPM matrix? CPM matrix is used where we list out all the major strengths that Starbucks company have, and then we compare it to their major competitors. Who are the major competitors of Starbucks? We have identified that the major competitors that Starbucks had is Coffee Beans and Zeus Coffee. So based on these two competitors, we made a list out all the strengths that Starbucks had, and we compare it with Coffee Beans and Zeus Coffee. When after we compared all three together, we identified that Starbucks is recorded or becoming the second highest, or which means that in terms of all the major competitors, Starbucks is still nominated as second highest, or we call it the second best company in the industry.
Achievement. First, Starbucks launched a project called All Books for Children. It is to introduce preschool children and their parents about the benefit of literacy and strengthen the fundamentals of reading. Second, rank 15 in the top 25 Green Power Partners. It is to provide the highest premium quality of coffee while controlling the business in a way that provide economic, environmental, and social benefit to the customers at Starbucks. Third, Starbucks collaboration with Apple Computer Company. Apple put a box of Starbucks Entertainment Studio to its iTunes Store website in October 2006 to promote music product. Fourth, Starbucks Malaysia named one of the best companies to work for. Personnel Management Best Practices is the award given by the HR Asia Media. The last one is Starbucks College Achievement Plan. It is established in 2014 by Starbucks and Arizona State University, offered Starbucks US employees the chance to complete their first bachelor's degree while having Starbucks cover all of their university fees. Problems. First, employees shortages are cutting down store hours. Starbucks is suffering greatly as a result of the nationwide labor shortage that are currently affecting the restaurant industry. Second, ingredients are missing across the board. After experiencing brief shortages of flavored syrup and oatmeal in the spring, the restaurant finally admitted in June that its supply chain problem were ruining its menu. Third, mobile orders are causing chaos for employees and customers. Too many orders can enter the digital system at once, creating a bottleneck that staff members are unable to resolve quickly. Fourth, the company's workers are unionizing. Starbucks employees' unionization efforts are really succeeding, despite the company's effort to stop them. The last one is Starbucks is parts of the global plastic pollution problem. Starbucks cup, lids and distinct green straw are part of the terrible plastic waste in the ocean. The conclusion for chapter 2 is the SWOT analysis help us to identify on what are their strengths that leads toward the success of Starbucks company itself, and we're also able to identify the weakness that can be improved by Starbucks in order to maintain and sustain in global market and becoming top coffee company.
Based on the SWOT matrix of Starbucks, we can identify 4 SWOT matrix strategies that can be used. The first one is strength-threat strategies. This is where Starbucks use their strength to minimize the threats. One of the examples is by using their strong brand image to overcome the imitation problem. Starbucks has a very strong brand image among the community. So even though their competitors are trying to replicate their products such as their coffee, food or merchandise, Starbucks brand's products will still have the place in the community's preferences. The second strategy is strength opportunity strategies. This is where Starbucks use their strengths to create more and make use of their opportunities. For example, Starbucks can use the quality and taste of their products to expand their business in a developing market. As we know, Starbucks is one of the high-quality coffee provider in the world. The beverages that they produce are consistently flavorful and being loved by their customers. Starbucks can use this strength to expand their products into different markets that not yet being explored by them. The next strategy is weakness threat strategy. By using this strategy, Starbucks will try to avoid the threats by minimizing their weaknesses. For example, Starbucks can manage their premium price strategy to compete with the low-cost coffee seller. As we know, Starbucks is considered as high price for a cup of coffee. So what Starbucks can do is lower down their price a bit in order to compete with the low-cost coffee shop that currently increasing in the coffee shop industry. This can be a very good strategy to be applied if Starbucks feel like they are starting to lose their market share. The last strategy that can be identified from SWOT matrix is weakness opportunity strategy. In this strategy, Starbucks will improve their internal weaknesses by using external opportunities. For example, Starbucks can use online channel in order to improve the customer's unsatisfactory problem. For example, several Starbucks products actually did not receive well by their customers. So what Starbucks can do is by using online channel, they can gain more information about their customers' preferences and they can overcome one of their weaknesses, which is the unwelcome products issue. The next strategic management tool that used to analyze a company's working conditions and strategic position is the IE matrix or internal external matrix. This metric works by plotting the EFE total weighted score on the y-axis and then plot the IFE total weighted score on the x-axis. Then the strategy will be determined based on the intersection of the horizontal and vertical lines. As you can see, the IE matrix had been divided into 3 major regions. Based on our analysis on Starbucks IFE and EFE, we can detect that the EFE weighted score is at 2.69, while IFE weighted score is at 2.22. It shows that it will lay on the section 5 in the IE matrix. It means that Starbucks should be using market penetration and product development strategies. Market penetration strategy is where Starbucks should try to increase its market share by utilizing existing products in the existing market. The next strategy that laid down under section 5 is product development strategy. Product development strategy means that Starbucks should create new products or modify their existing products in order to market those products to the existing or new markets.
Next, we move to the Grand Strategy Matrix. Grand Strategy Matrix has 4 quadrants which holds different strategies within them. In figure 3, Starbucks is seen in the first quadrant. The first quadrant, which is along the axis of high rapid market, grow and a strong competitive position entails the strategies of the market development, market penetration, product development, and integration any direction related diversification. Next, we move to introduction of QSPM. The Quantitative Strategic Planning Matrix is a strategic management decision-making tool that ranks various strategy alternatives according to how they might affect a company. The internal and external strengths and weaknesses of the company, as well as opportunities and threats, are listed at the beginning of the QSPM. Next, we move to the QSPM table summary. The most advantageous strategy is finally determined by the QSPM. Based on the table, we determine the market penetration is the most advantageous strategy because it had the highest score of 4.34 compared to market development, product development strategies, and integration forward direction, which received 3.51, 3.5, and 3.15 respectively. In conclusion, Starbucks grow into underserved or untapped market, including new nations, regions, or cities. Starbucks can gain new customers and keep its current ones by introducing new products and product lines. Also, through a variety of marketing and advertising initiatives, including traditional and digital marketing, Starbucks can raise their brand awareness. Besides that, Starbucks can collaborate with nearby businesses, organizations, and events. After that, Starbucks might consider improving the in-store experience by introducing new technology and providing loyalty programs and discounts.
Based on our analysis on the QSPM, found out that the best strategies that Starbucks can use is market penetration and product development strategies. On the market penetration strategy, Starbucks already have their position in the markets, so Starbucks should make some adjustment on their existing products according to their customers' demographic culture. For example, in the countries that have a hot weather, Starbucks should focus more in producing refreshing cold beverages. Besides that, Starbucks food also should be adjusted based on the local customers' preferences. Such as in Malaysia, the most common traditional food is nasi lemak and roti canai. If we take a look at Starbucks stores in Malaysia, there are no such food being listed in the menu. If Starbucks able to adjust their products accordingly to the customers' want, then Starbucks can easily attract customers in any type of market. The second strategy that Starbucks should use in the product development strategy, as we know, Starbucks produces various types of products such as foods, beverages, and merchandises. And Starbucks merchandise has become collectible item to their customers. Starbucks produce merchandise such as mugs and tumblers. And based on our opinion on Starbucks product development strategies, Starbucks can produce several products that actually suit the idea of collectible item. For example, Starbucks can produce coffee-related keychains or statue that represents Starbucks stores. By upgrading their merchandise in this way, Starbucks can attract more customers and collectors easily.
Next, we move to the strategy integration forward directions. Starbucks can do collaboration with more food delivery companies, for instance, like Foodpanda and GrabFood. After that, Starbucks can improve their loyalty program by offer benefit like free beverage and food, price cuts, and exclusive promotions. Besides, Starbucks can increase their range of product. It offers not just coffee but including more variety of foods. Lastly, Starbucks needs to obtain its coffee, tea, and cocoa through ethical and sustainable means to guarantee that the product it sells are grown and produced in a way that is both environmentally and socially responsible. The company must establish a strategic sustainability program.
Chapter 4 Conclusion. Starbucks utilized product development, market penetration, and forward integration as part of its strategy implementation to generate new and innovative products, increase market share in existing market, and advance into new business sectors. Starbucks used product development as a crucial strategy to stay one step ahead of the competition and retain customers engaged. The goal of Starbucks market penetration strategy is to grow its market share in current markets. Starbucks has also used forward integration as a growth strategy. This includes growing the company into new markets through methods including franchising, licensing, and producing new product lines. Starbucks' success can be linked to its concentrate on product development, market penetration, and forward integration. These strategies are crucial for keeping its competitive advantage and attaining long-term success in a market that is experiencing fast change.
In the conclusions, Starbucks is becoming a standout more compared to the other coffee shops company because of due to their strategic control, and best marketing practices. And in order to stay at the top, they need to come up with various other strategies in order to gain more customer satisfactions and new customer loyalty. Besides that, to keep on top also, they need to come up with new drinks, flavors, marketing strategy in order to keep relevance with the upcoming trend, as in order to avoid a repetitive traditional idea. So because a new idea give you a new sales and can boost your revenue also. So towards the report or analysis we have made, we have some recommendation that we need to give to Starbucks is like they need to create a convenience-like product whereby they need to make their drink is available in any convenience store. As examples, a pre-packaged drinks that easily to be purchased in a convenience store like other competitors, because it has a big potentials to gain to boost their sales and to gain much more awareness towards the new customer. Besides that, the other recommendation that we are suggesting towards Starbucks is we recommend Starbucks to utilize the usage of internet at its fullest, because nowadays people is much more exposed towards the internet. So what we suggesting them is to establish a online chat room to have a better communication amongst various stakeholders, customers, suppliers, and other that. Because by having the online chat room, you can have the feedback from your stakeholder, what does your customer want, and also from suppliers, whereby due to that, it can mostly to gain the customer loyalty. By doing that, so you are gaining much more customer loyalty. Maybe that's all for me. Thank you.